realized I'm in the process of gradually building a YouTube channel, which is something I've not done before. So I'm making my way listening to a lot of these content creators, and I'm just really so pleased and excited with a lot of these young, when I say young kids, I don't mean to be condescending, people who are in their 20s, 20 something, Generation Z, I'll say, which also happens to be the group, my biggest client base right now. That may change in the future, but right now, my client base mostly consists of 20 somethings, people in their 20s. So when I say kids, I don't mean to be condescending, but I am old. I've been here a lot longer than 20 something years, so that's the only reason I say that. So just, you know, take that from Dr. T and say, okay, that's like my auntie talking to me or whatever. So anyway, I wanted to go live because I just traveled from Bali to Los Angeles the last 24 hours. The flight from Taipei, well, all the flights were fine. The flight from Taipei was really great because it wasn't full. It was a red eye flight, so I was able to get plenty of rest. And but the reason for me wanting to go live, and I tried to go live when I was in Taipei, and it just is something about it wasn't working. That could have had something to do with the fact that I'm just becoming familiar with going live on YouTube. But now that I'm here in LA, I wanted to talk about the events over the last couple of weeks with the assassination of this person, Charlie Kirk, whom, to be all honest, I never heard of this person. If I did, it was in passing, but he's not someone that I would have ever paid close attention to. So I did not know anything about this man. But since his death, I've received numerous, communications or information, input with regard to statements that he made, and on and on and on. And the reason I wanted to make this post is I have, and pretty much have always had, friends or associates on both sides of the political fence. And I posted recently that I had lost a friend or an associate I'd known for several years, who I knew out here in LA. We got into an exchange on Facebook about this person, and this person is a staunch conservative. And, she blocked me. And since then, however, I cannot literally tell you how many friend requests I've received. And I always receive, like many of you, lots of friend requests. I don't accept all of them. But now it's like they're coming in droves. I don't know if they saw my post about losing my friend, and so they're aligned with my political viewpoint. So that's why they're sending out these friend requests. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so I wanted to speak to this because I have associates on both sides of the political fence. And it concerns me because there's such division in terms of the theology and the approaches to life, and it seems very difficult to have conversations with people about these differing viewpoints because people are so really rooted in their own beliefs or perceptions about what's going on in the world right now. And I can honestly say that one of the things I'm pleased about is that some of my recent posts, and I did make several posts about my experiences as well as information I've received about Charlie Kirk. I don't really, I shouldn't say this, but I don't like saying his name because my experience has been, since this tragedy transpired, this assassination of this person, and it doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you sit on, this was traumatic. It was horrible what happened to this person, and we watched it, replaying the videotape, so we've watched it, so it's been traumatizing for everyone who's experienced it, whether or not you believed with his political ideology or his religious take on life. It doesn't matter. It was horrible, and no one should be taken out in that way. No one should have to suffer that sort of tragic death. So, like I said, after that transpired, because I did not know who he was, I've read different accounts, information, the social media posts about him, and I'm like, to me, he doesn't seem like he was a really great person. But I have other friends who sit on the political aisle, the conservative side, who say he was absolutely fantastic. You take time to get to know him. And so I did watch some of his videotapes, and it felt kind of cringy to me. I was just like, his voice was just like, I didn't, it's like I can't listen to this person. He's not someone I would want to listen to. But that's just me. There are other people who obviously felt different. People who really loved him, who thought he was fantastic. So I just wanted to speak to it at this particular time because it's concerning, it's distressing, and at the same time, I do hold a belief that the things that are transpiring in our nation right now and the world right now are a part of a collective shift, a shift in humanity, where we're moving towards something that is more holistic, something that more people can embrace and be in alignment with themselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and in harmony with themselves and the universe. We're shifting towards that. And in order for that to happen, some of the old systems have to break down. And in order for that to happen, also, it, in a way, it kind of has to get worse before it gets better. And I have one associate who's also a fellow scholar who says that all the time. And whenever she says it, I don't want to accept it. She's like, things are going to have to get worse before they get better. And I'm like, no, I really don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that. But there's a part of me that feels like maybe there's some truth to it. So I wanted to speak to this. I'm not, I spend a lot of time talking about neuroscience and Kendrick Lamar, who I love, which those of you who are subscribed to my channel may know this. But this is not about Kendrick necessarily right now, only in the sense that he does speak to a segment of our society that has been disenfranchised, and his purpose, his goal, and he's very committed to uplifting people, members of this segment of our society who have been disenfranchised and overlooked, and to uphold the integrity of hip hop and rap, which which was originally created as a social commentary for people who have been disenfranchised in specifically in America, but definitely in other parts of the world. That was the whole sole purpose when hip hop evolved, and Kendrick is a rap puritist, so that's why he stands firmly in his belief and how he moves in the world, and how he promotes his music in terms of uplifting people, the culture. And so I just wanted to, I guess there's a connection in all of this. Like I said, this video, this live broadcast is not necessarily about Kendrick. Maybe it's somewhat about Charlie Kirk, because he has, his death has promoted a lot of conversations, recent conversations about things that are transpiring in our planet, in our nation, and on the planet right now. So I guess I wanted to offer an encouraging word for those of us who may be feeling a little bit discouraged about things that are transpiring in the world and the direction that it seems that the government is taking us, that we have the power to shift our perspectives so that we don't become overwhelmed by many of the things that are transpiring that seem really discouraging and really disheartening. And so that's what I want to say on this evening. of my arrival, returned back to my hometown of LA. I'm very happy to be home. I've enjoyed my travels, and I look forward to doing more travels in the near future. Not sure how soon that will transpire, but I'm looking forward to that might lead me back. So in the meantime, hope you all are having a fantastic day. I'm not sure if I my signal or not. Something weird just happened. Again, I'm new at this Facebook, not Facebook, where am I? I'm on YouTube. I'm new at this YouTube live stuff. So you guys, please hang with me. This is Dr. T coming to you live from LA. And I just know, trust and know you're having a fantastic weekend, a fantastic day from wherever you're viewing this, and staying inspired, staying in your heart space, staying loving and in your heart space, and in spite of how difficult it seems. Sometimes it's really difficult when somebody has a different political viewpoint than you do, or a different approach to life, a different ideology, because it's difficult for you to understand how it is they can get behind this particular ideology. And what I will say is that it's what is transpiring is starting to open up the doors to more communication. So for you who have not been able to do that, to open up the doors to communication with your family and loved ones who have different ideologies than you do, just hang in there. Hang in there, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to have these discussions, because ultimately everybody wants love, and everybody wants acceptance. That's the main thing. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be loved. We all want to have empathy extended to us. And when we feel like that is not transpiring, especially from the higher echelons of our society, from the government or the elites or whomever we consider as controlling the world in which we live in, it becomes very, very discouraging and disheartening. So just keep the faith, dig in spiritually, whatever your spiritual beliefs are. I'm not saying you have to be religious, but whatever you believe in spiritually, whether that's God, whether that's nature, whether that's animals, whether that's family, whatever it is, just dig in and continue to affirm that everything is always working out for you. That's the other thing. Mindset is huge. Everything always works out for me has to become your mantra. Everything always works out for my highest and my best good. And I'm telling you, I don't have to take my word for it. Try it, test it for yourself, and see if it doesn't work. I just continue to affirm everything always works out in my favor, and see what the end result will be. So anyway, I won't hold you too long. This is Dr. T. I'm excited about I guess this is my maybe first Facebook Live in a while, so I'm excited to be here. And you guys, thanks so much for tuning in and following the channel. And hopefully I'm looking forward to sharing more in the near future. Okay, have a great one. Now let me see if I can log off here without without ruining this whole thing. What do we have here? Okay, have a great day, you guys. Bye. And this is, of course, not edited, so it's not going to come off as smoothly as the other videos might come off. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.